Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh and a very good evening. I'm Siti Nafitra binti Saidin with metric number CN21025C as your moderators for today's forum. First of all, let me introduce all of our panels for today's forum. First panel is Akmal Hafiz bin Nur Haizal Azam CN210299. Second, Sabrina binti Rahmat CN210393. Third, Lee Ziyi AN210160. And the last one we have Nur Atira binti Anwar CN210265. Welcome to all of you. And for today's forum title is Be Pure as Sheet, focusing on bleaching chemical process in paper production. Recently, the use of paper is increasing day by day due to the highest demand from all over the world, especially in the field of writing, but also in other areas with various purposes of its daily use. Paper is also considered a new revolution of the writing world, which gives considerable meaning to civilization. Historical record shows that earlier societies used utensils made of clay used to make graffiti on it and stone, animal skin, and leaves before its appearance. The paper is produced with a fiber composition derived from pulp and is usually obtained from natural sources such as trees. For example, the trees are Gamellia arborea, Acacia aulacocarpa, and Eucalyptus pellita. As all of us can see from the slide, we can see the picture of unbleached pulp and the bleached pulp. Now, we will proceed our forum by hearing an explanation about bleaching process technology in paper production by Mr. Akmal.
Okay, so Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh and a very good evening to Miss Moderator Siti Nurfitra and to all of the panel. So my name is Akmal Hafiz bin Nur Haizal Azam. So today I want to share to all of you about the bleaching process technology. Okay, before we go to about the bleaching technology, I want to introduce you first about the process or the procedure to the paper production. We have in the slide we have the 5 steps to produce the paper. The first thing is the preparation of the raw material, pulp washing and chemical recovery operation. Third, bleaching process. 4, preparation of the stock and paper, and finishing of product. Okay, so today we just want to focus about the bleaching process. Nowadays we have modern bleaching process include the multi-stage process for different chemical condition. After that we have denitrification. This is for improve the paper lightening. Okay, for the next we have bleaching technology. We have 2 categories. First thing is conventional technologies. Second thing is imaging technologies. The conventional technologies was including the chlorine, chloride, dioxide, alkaline extraction, and hypochlorite. For imaging technologies, we have oxygen, ozone, and peroxide. But the both of the technologies can help us to produce the quality of paper. Okay, so we want to go about the chemistry behind. Please go to the next slide. Okay, so we have a three relation with the chemistry. The first we have the chemical bonding. Okay, we want to explain about the bonding and the structure of the several bleaching agent, because we know in the bleaching agent we have there's so many chemical compound, and after that we have acid and base. We want to explain about the pH scale of chloride and hypochlorite, because this is the main agent of the bleaching process. And after that we have the chemical kinetic. We want to explain about the effect of the reaction. Okay, so the example of chemical bonding we want to explain first is organochlorine. Okay, the organochlorine was produced from the chlorine, because the effluent from the bleaching process was produced the organochlorine. The organochlorine was include at least one chlorine atom, and that's combined with the carbon atom. Okay, so for produce the organochlorine, we need the chlorine, hydrogen, chloride, and other bleaching agent. Okay, other than that, for produce the organochlorine, we also need around 13 to 14 major organochlorine plastic, but in this slide we just show around the four. First thing is DDT, second thing is DDD, three is DDE, and four is metachlor. So this is a component need to produce the organochlorine. Why we use the organochlorine? Because this is one of innovation of the chemical compound that can reduce the environmental pollution. Okay, so for the next about the hydrogen peroxide, I want to pass to our next panel, Miss Sabrina. Thank you.
Thank you, Hafiz. My name is Sabrina bint Rahmat. I will continue with hydrogen peroxide bonding. Okay, hydrogen peroxide used for the blazing process in paper preparation also can oxide H2O2. The bonds can absorb the light when they have a large organic molecules with a double bond. When the bond is broken during oxidation, it can remove pigment and colors. Oxygen and oxygen are bonded together, and the both of them have been a pair of hydrogen. But table of hydrogen peroxide structure. It has several preparations for producing hydrogen peroxide. Firstly, the factory use barium chlorides, which has reacted with nitric acid to compose a low concentration of hydrogen peroxide. Hydrogen peroxide was formed with barium chlorides and both of chemical compounds were soluble in water. This hydrogen or peroxide structure. Next. Okay, next acid and base, chemical basing, chloride and hypochlorites. Okay, chloride can exist in three different varieties, but it is dependent of pH solution where is included in a system of chloride. The molecular of formula chloride is C12 when HOCI molecular formula is hypochlorous acid or HCI is molecular formula of onion. When the pH scale is 5, chlorine and hypochlorous acid is the most factor and of equilibrium concentration. Furthermore, to the pH area are important for the blazing process pre-carbonation of paper of bring pH 2. The aim of the operation is to make readily soluble in water and alkali. pH 8 until 9 is the best region for the hypochlorite blazing. The blazing effect is the pH is different from pre-chloromination. At the lower pH, molecular chloride is more reactive and hypochlorous acid, while in hypochlorite blazing, hypochlorous and acid play the main role of attacking species. Next. Next, chemical kinetic. Hydrogen of peroxide. Hydrogen peroxide known as H2O2 is a simple decomposed with the exposure to catalyst and increase the decomposition rate. The formula is H2O2 to the 2H2O2 plus O2. Meanwhile, the pressure, temperature, solution, contraction, and area of active catalyst surface of the catalyst is the other factor, the effect of rate of reaction. Hydrogen peroxide decomposition reaction is a project when the temperature is low and without a catalyst. The brightness and weakness can improve fastly if the temperature increase, but the time of remove the original color is still constant. Furthermore, many different compounds are composed together with hydrogen peroxide such as iodide ions under acidic condition. These are chemical of hydrogen peroxide. I think that's all. Back to our moderator.
Thank you, Ms. Sabrina. And now we will continue this forum with the advantages and disadvantages by Mr. Ziggy.
Okay, I'm Z and I will talk about the advantage of bleaching agent. The first advantage of bleaching agent used in making paper is chlorine bleaching provides the most efficiency at the lowest cost. It's inexpensive to use and prevents cellulose degrading process. Chlorine interacts with ryanine by oxidation, substitution, and additions. So it will result in smaller and soluble pieces extracted from the palm using an alkaline extraction. Overall, chlorine bleaching provides the most efficiency at the lower cost. Also, using hydrogen peroxide in bleaching process will allow scoring actions and for the bleaching process to occur simultaneously. Finally, hydrogen peroxide also is the most effective way to bleach the palm in making paper to ensure the brightness of paper to be perfect. Next, I will talk about disadvantages of bleaching agent. However, uses of chlorine will pose environmental burden. It will pollute the environment because chlorine addition reactions on lining fin units will produce harmful substances such as dioxin, which the main advantage of using chlorine to bleaching process. The harmful substance will pollute the environment. Also, hydrogen peroxide during the bleaching process will be more costly and create oxygen gas violently. And if we are not controlled carefully using those chemical substances, the environment will be polluted and even harm the health of the human beings. So that's all for my presentation. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Z, for your explanation, and it was a good sharing for all of us. We'll now move to the conclusion for this forum by our last panel, Ms. Atira.
Okay, thank you to our moderator Nufitria. So my name is Atira Manua, and Assalamualaikum and hi everyone. So for today, I would like to talk about the conclusion based on this forum. So basically, everyone know that bleaching is the most crucial process in the making of paper production to ensure that the paper sold in the market is the best quality. This process also includes oxidation, substitution, and addition of chlorine. The uses of chlorine, hypochlorite, and hydrogen peroxide need to be under control in order to ensure the environment is not polluted, even though chlorine bleaching helps in decreasing the cost. The chlorine usually does not cause environmentally harm, but it will combine rapidly to form dioxin that causes water pollution. Meanwhile, hydrogen peroxide is definitely eco-friendly and more milder than hypochlorite. Lastly, factories need to make treatment for the wastewater before it's discharged to the drainage system so that it will reduce the impact of pollution to the environment. It is impossible to get zero cases of pollution, but at least we can reduce them. So I'll pass back to the moderator.
Thank you, Ms. Atira, for the amazing conclusion. I'd like to close this forum by thanking all of the panels for joining this forum. Last but not least, I hope all of us will gather some information and learn something new from this forum. Lastly, thank you and have a good day.